Foot's downstairs.
Yeah, let me know the footage coming to the door. So I'll be right.
Man, I'm finna do my thing. It's crazy in the club when I'm in there, man. Trust me, homie, I'm not playing. I had a dance floor off the chain. I said, get up. I came to bring you that California love and a little New York hate. It's all of the above. I'm not playing, I'm saying I'm off the chain. You niggas better follow instructions. I said, get up. I bow to I fall. I stunt till I drop. I'm off the showroom floor, not the used car lot. You buy a bottle, I buy the bar. I make every other week feel like Mardi Gras. When I get into it, I get into it. Everybody can't do it the way I do it. I make it rain, then the sun come out. A nigga plain, we make the guns come out. Now, my question is who they gon' blame when I'm at number one on the Billboard again? Shit shift now, the game done changed since Mike made Thriller and Prince made Purple Rain. I guess I made the kids want slang and NWA made the West Coast bang. Nah, it's just music, man, it's just music. Now get your ass on the dance floor and move it. I have the savoir-faire, I'm the reason everybody here. I say, get up! I make it hot in here, your feet hurting, I really don't care. I say, get up! I wanna see you move and get all into the groove. I say, get up! I'm getting money, man, I really don't care. Let me see you put your hands in the air. I say, you look good, I won't get to know you better. You look good in them jeans and them red stiletto. You got a Billy cool booty, baby, I wanna drive. See and tell you what your mileage is when I'm inside. I'm gonna take you for a spin, you know, round and round. Switch gears till your love come down. I take you to the point of no return. If you listen, you learn just how a nigga earn. I got money to burn. Money can't be in place, you drop the bomb on me. It's up and down gracefully. Rick James with a spaceship brick house. A picture you should go on and see what that bitch bout. I found out she like it, I like it, huh? Back it up, get you some. I know how to get you sprung, tune you up, use your tongue. Under the hood, it's so good. She said so good. Goddamn, I'm so hood. Nigga, what up? I have the savoir-faire, I'm the reason everybody here. I say, get up! I make it hot in here, your feet hurting, I really don't care. I say, get up! I wanna see you move and get all into the groove. I say, get up! I'm getting money, man, I really don't care. Let me see you put your hands in the air. I say, get up and get into it. You're now right.
Yo.
I said, get up, and get into it. We're gonna show you just how we do it. I said, get up.
Alright guys, quick session right now. We were on a couple hours ago. Gold did that pullback we were expecting a few hours ago. And maybe it's making that move. Like, New York session's coming. London's been bullish. There could be a drop during New York session like yesterday. If you see what price did yesterday, London was bullish. New York completely reversed yesterday. There was a big dump. That turned into a buy. Price could mimic something like it did yesterday. If you're thinking about what price could do maybe in later hours during New York session, well, look what happened yesterday. We went up in London, and then we had a big drop yesterday. And around 9, 10, there was a good buy setup. There was a wick, rejection here, some rejection there. And the market shifted into a buy after that. I'm thinking same thing could possibly happen today if the market drops. If New York comes in bearish, you might have a strong move down. If gold doesn't hold, like we were looking at this earlier. Earlier today, a couple hours ago, market pushed up. And we were thinking if this could pull back, maybe we can get some continuation up. So far, that's kind of happened. You know, you got a nice pullback here to like 36.50, 36.45 area, and it's pushed up. Now price is kind of stalling. Here on the 4 hour, you can see the 4 hour could turn possibly bearish. There could be a pullback ideally. Like, I wouldn't maybe buy here. I think better off to wait for New York session and see. And if you're looking for a buy setup today. We talked about it earlier today. Gold hasn't broken the trend yet. Technically, like, we're still in an uptrend. We haven't broken that trend yet. We got these lows, higher lows coming in on price. And we might have just made a low here, right? We still technically holding the uptrend on gold when we look at it. Price could potentially come down in New York like yesterday. Yesterday there was a big drop in New York session and then it reversed shortly after. Overall, uptrend is still holding and it looks like we have like this counter trend line. Kind of a pattern here. Don't really see the best setup right now on gold for the time that it is. Earlier, there was something to look at on the chart like this. This was cleaner. This was more clear earlier when we were on a couple hours ago. We were on like 6 hours ago. And we wanted pullback, maybe for a move up. Like there's a counter trend line that could potentially break. If price shifts out of that, like if price is able to shift out of that counter trend line, shift up more, then we know gold is trying to go up more possibly for next week. We did get that pullback more so that we were talking about earlier. Right now, chart is not as clear. Pretty much gold has dropped all week. Like it started the week bullish and then it's had just bearish all week. Bearish trend here. Might be angling more for like next week. Because like it's Friday now. The daily's bullish. The daily is bullish at the moment. And we traded into this area. 36.50 is holding. 36.50, those 36.40s. That seems to be the zone that's holding right now for gold. And on the daily, we came down. If you go to the line chart, you can see to the left here. Broke up, made this high, and we pulled back right into this area. Like from a daily perspective, it's like price looks like it could go up. But there's only so much time left in the day. Like, can this candle really push up that much or more? Possibly. Like, we have come down and we're getting this daily candle. I don't think today's candle is going to flip bearish. I don't see this candle. Right now it's green. We can see daily bullish. I don't see it flipping bearish. I just think it'll hold itself more bullish. But we only have, it's Friday, market closes today, so it's like how much time left for this. Like if it was Thursday and this was the candle, or if it was like a Wednesday or a Thursday and this is the candle we were on, then we would expect the next day to go up. If we closed like a bullish candle like this today, we would expect the next day to go up, but it's looking all right now with price action. It's not as clear to me right now for what I think price could do. If anything, kind of like yesterday, same hours pushed up. 6 o'clock in the morning right now. This could drop down for New York session, test the lows. There was a big drop yesterday for a couple of hours before it reversed. So I feel like we might get something like that. If it's a buy scenario, we might need like a situation like yesterday where price drops or gives you a decent pullback to continue up. Euro USD, let's go check out that. I know we looked at that earlier. Where's that at? Where's Euro USD at? Euro USD, on the other hand, like Euro USD on the other hand, it's looking interesting here. Break and retest, like it's been trending up. Euro USD doesn't look that bad on a technical look. When you look at these highs we broke above and we've uptrended, like Euro USD has been creating an uptrend. We've been making lower highs, or sorry, higher lows, and a higher high here. FOMC came in. FOMC had a strong bearish movement, and we can see how like the days have continued that strong bearish movement. End of the week might reverse in this area. It's a good area that Euro USD is trading in. Potentially New York could bounce from this area for Euro USD. Gold at the moment, if anything, might bring in a sell before those buys. Like I wouldn't buy gold here. If anything, I think we'd have to wait till like the same time yesterday if we're looking for a buy. Like the market was at a great place yesterday between 9 and 10:30, like New York hours when the stock market opens. I think if you're looking for those buys today, you'd have to probably wait for that time as well. Maybe that trading window of New York, like kill zone. See where gold is trading between 9 and 10:30 today. And don't, see where it's trading. If price is dropping and prices, like yesterday, if price is dropping into that time, it could be then a better angle to look for a buy. But right here, I don't see any buys. I don't see any setups right now on gold. Yes, not yesterday. Earlier was much more clear than right now. I wouldn't say a choppy week for gold. It's been bearish, but just kind of slowly correcting down. To me, I think gold's still overall bullish. We may want to break out. Like I see a potential breakout happening. It even like it retested. Like I talked about this earlier. It retested these highs. It broke up. It came right down. Retested these highs. And it's had a nice move up. It's either just gonna continue the move, or we get like a good pullback in the New York session, potentially for a move up. If nothing holds, like you'd want to drop first. Like you not want, like you look at yesterday. Yesterday, you can see I sent a signal yesterday. I sent it at 10:33. I even wrote in the chat for, if you're in my inner circle, I wrote in the chat like I'm looking at gold in this area. There's gold everywhere. Gold sauce, eh? Let's get some gold sauce. Some gold sauce. It would have been in the morning at 10:28 in the morning. And I was literally eating a hamburger, smoking shisha at this time when I sent this signal yesterday. It went quick. Like not a lot of people got it, but not everyone got in the trade because like it didn't go to the exact, like it didn't pull back as much as we wanted to. But I was even saying I think it was in this chat, watching this area for gold yesterday. But look at when I said that. I didn't say it like, here's the thing about you guys. The market will make a little reaction and you're like, what's like, you guys will see one candle drop and you'll be like, oh, what's the market doing? A lot of you guys, I could see it in the chats. Like, look at, I didn't bring it up for hours. And like, you guys will be like, is gold to buy, is gold to buy, is gold to buy, is gold to buy? And it's like, no. Now it is. Like, it's like, sometimes you don't even have to be watching the chart to find a signal. Like, you don't got to be looking at the chart every 5 minutes or every little reaction or every little pip the market moves to find a signal. I sent this at 10:28. And you can see where the market was. So the market was at a point where it's like, okay, it did the most that it could. That's what I thought. Like, sometimes you got to just stay out of the charts, stay out of price, especially if you're looking for a specific bias. Like, if you're looking for a buy, if one candle drops, it's not about rushing in a trade. Like, you get one candle that drops, you see one candlestick that drops, you might have a bullish bias, right? You could be bullish as hell. If you get one candle that drops, two candles that drop, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a setup, right? It might take more extreme movement, the type of movement that you're not involved in, or the type of movement you get stopped out in, the type of movement you lose a trade in, the type of movement you chase too early. You know, when you get in an early move, you're early in the market and you're like, damn, and then you see the move happen. It takes letting those types of moves happen if you're looking for a buy. Like yesterday, there was a huge dump in New York session. Wick rejection there. That after that move happened and that wick happened, you can go look at the time I said watching this area. Look at the time I wrote watching this area at 10:28. That was after all that movement. That was after all this, after that wick. On this red candle, I started looking for buys. Price shifted up. Since then, it's made more bullish movement. It's shifted up more bullish. So price could just either go up or give you a pullback in New York to turn into a buy like yesterday. Like silver's already kind of ahead of gold. You can see, like, look at silver. Yesterday closed bullish and today's popping up. There's not really an optimal setup right now. If you're looking for the market, if you're looking for it's going to be like, probably if you're looking for a buy, it's going to be like yesterday. Probably you have to sit on your hands and wait for the market to give you something, for the market to show you like, okay, I think there's a buy here. Like, it doesn't take forecasting and predicting stuff. It doesn't take like, I got to wait for the market to come here to buy. Like, you can just sit on your hands and let the market guide you. Let the market show you like, okay, there's a buy setup here. There's a dump. There's a big price move down. Like, it's going to take watching the chart, and that takes patience. You got to realize in trading, you're going to miss moves. You're not going to be in every candlestick. You're not going to be in every movement. So you got to realize in trading, like, you are going to miss moves in the market. You're not going to be a part of every movement. You're not going to be part of every drop, every rise in price. So once you recognize that, like, you won't chase everything, and the opportunities will kind of fall in your lap when you're able to just be patient and ignore some things, but still keep an eye on price. If you're not able to ignore like every little movement, you might chase the wrong moves too early. Like, if price pushes up a lot and you get one little candle that pulls back, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a buy, right? Like right now, like you got one red candle. Not much to really work with here if you're looking for buys on gold. I would try to wait and see where gold is between 9 and 10:30 New York time, and see if that window has something that shows you anything. It could be anything, guys. Like, here's the thing. Like, look at yesterday. People ask me, like, what do you use to find a trade? Yesterday, it was like just this. It was just this. My zones, my whole numbers, looking at supply and demand, support and resistance, and just buying the dip. Like, enough movement happened that it's like, there's a wick. I could see a long wick there. See that wick? Market also made lower lows. Look at this chart. Look at the lows on this chart. Like, it could, like, trading could literally be you just sitting there and it's like you spot something. So I would wait until 9, maybe 10:30 range to see where gold is. If it's in a good spot, if it's made a good movement, that could provide a bounce or a buy setup, right? Someone asked, 14 likes, 61, get around, man. Yeah, you guys see, 14 likes, 66, yeah, who said it? Paul, you know, Paul knows. Paul's killing it. Paul's been ripping it in the inner circle. Paul's been killing it, all right? You guys should see Paul's results in the last month. Is that the right? Let me see. Yep, that's Paul right there. Paul killed it. Where's Paul at? Oh, here's Paul. Paul turned $1,000 into $4,500 in 5 days this week. Is that Paul? Is that you, Paul? Is that the right Paul? That might not be the right Paul. I think we have a few Pauls. Is that the right Paul? There's a Paul here. Is that you? Paul, there's a Paul here that turned 1K to 4.5K in 5 days. Is that the same Paul? Oh yeah, it's the same Paul that turned 3K into. That's the same Paul that turned $3,000 into. Yeah, you guys can see there for yourself. Freaking Paul, man. Freaking Paul. I would use the window 9:30, like lean more towards time and try to see where price is. Like 10:30 range. And there could be a buy in that window. 9:30, 10:30 range. If price drops, gives us a good drop today. Right now it's not a buy. But you'd want, like yesterday, a big drop or a decent sized drop to set up for that buy if you're looking for buys today. We have all next week. Gold's definitely setting up for next week. It looks like it wants to break back up. Even if like we miss the buys up, some of you guys are in buys. I see in the chat and I saw in Discord. I went over it pretty on point earlier because it was clear. Like even for me, guys, I'll jump on the charts at time and see nothing. And that's like where it's like, okay, let's get off the chart or let's just sit on our hands and be patient until we see something. Look at yesterday. Yesterday I did a stream. We were on for 3 hours and 30 minutes. And in the last 40 minutes of the session, I was like, guys, I'm taking a buy on gold. But it took us like 3 hours to wait till it was like, okay, there's something to work with here. There's not always going to be something to work with here with your bias. We could even wait till next week. This thing's probably going to push up next week back to 3,700. Once gold breaks 3,700, it'll go to 3,730. So even like could wait for next week. If there's a break above 3,700 next week, we could wait for that and see if there's a break and retest above 3,700. But like earlier today, I went over pretty on point what I went over earlier today. Silver's moving ahead of gold. I'm going to watch the chart same way I watched it yesterday and see if, you know, we get a movement down, if there makes sense to look for a buy. But it doesn't make sense for a buy here, guys. Even me, after all the experience I have on the chart, there's times I go on the chart and it's like there's really nothing to work with here. We got to be extra patient. If we have a bias, like we're looking for buys, obviously, we'll probably have to, again, wait for a pullback, which technically kind of already happened. That's what I was seeing earlier, right? That pullback 6 hours ago. So I would use time more as your friend today and just let gold do its thing. Don't have to chase price. We have a new week loading next week. I'm not really worried. I don't think it's going to just completely take off today. But next week could be loading. There is, again, that counter trend line I can see here. I think we're going to try to break out. We need more movement. We need price to either break up and then start looking for pullbacks like this. Like, see, price broke up earlier, and then it's in one of those situations where it's like, let's look for a pullback continuation. So we need, like, price to do that again in a way. Like, price needs to break up, and then we look for pullbacks continuations. Or it's looking for a dip today in New York. If price can drop like yesterday in New York session, you have an opportunity potentially there. Next week could even be break above 3,700. Like 3,700 is a level that if we get above, we could look to trade above it for continuations. If price next week or even the week after breaks above 3,700, then that would take it to 3,730. If next week we get above that $3,700 pullback continuation. But yeah, right now, don't see a setup on gold. I know everybody's wondering. I was going to hop on real quick for a bit. This is my second time on in the last 6 hours. Went over it pretty on point earlier. I'm going to scan the market. I'm going to be keeping an eye on price today. There's no setup right now, guys. There's not a setup right now for gold. Maybe Euro has something to keep an eye on. You can see Euro USD looks pretty decent, actually, like with where it's at. Possibly like a break and retest here happening on Euro USD to potentially go up. Euro USD looks good. Gold looks all right now. It looked better earlier today. So yeah, not much to really go over. No, that's not Paul. That's not the Paul. That's not the Paul I was talking about. Yeah, Leo said, "What's up, Leo?" Yo. If anything, it's like London bullish, New York bearish for the beginning. Price has been trading down. Like, I would wait for a buy the dip. I would wait. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna look for a trade until I see a trade. Like, it's like there's no trade right now. I know when there's a trade. Like, I can feel it. I can sense it. There's no trade right now. Be patient today. If anything, wait for me if you're in the Discord to call out a trade. I'll watch the market. I'm going to be monitoring the market. Like yesterday, a lot of you guys were just buying. Like, I don't always look at the chats because I like to focus on what I focus on. I'm not trying to always look at the chats because you guys have your trades and stuff. So when I see something, I see it. Like yesterday, I dropped the chart at 10:28, dropped the signal literally at like 10:30. Might be a similar situation today. So I'm going to be patient today as usual. You guys will probably hear from me in the Discord later on. I got a busy day though. I'm going to head out right now. Just a quick little update. Some things to maybe prepare on for next week or some forward thinking for later today, depending on what price does if we get some movement today. Stay patient today, guys. That's just today's analysis. Quick session for today. We're going to be on Inner Circle tomorrow. If you're in the Inner Circle, we have a live session tomorrow on the Inner Circle for Inner Circle Saturdays. I'll see you guys there. Quick update. Not much going on right now, but I'll keep you guys posted in Discord.